Hey guys, in today's video we will be discussing games in Roblox that most people don't play anymore, or is just not as famous as it used to be. One of them being Ninja Legends. This game at one point was like a premium Roblox game, and almost everyone played it. But why is it such a non-played game right now? Well, I think I know the reason. Well, this game was actually a copy of a different game. Like the lobby, almost everything. And a lot of people realize that if there's a copy of a game, why would you want to play that game even though it's not even original? It's just someone else who copied it. And at one point I also played it, but it was on a different account because I've lost various different accounts. This one I've stayed on the most. Yeah, let's discuss what the players, what they say. Said he was dead. No one plays it yet. Because it has a lot of current concurrent players, but it's just not the same as it was. Like, especially because now the comparisons are like 2 million players, 3 million players, and the comparisons of games are getting a lot more serious to compare to these ones. Alright, next game we got Wrestle Simulator. Alright, let's see this one. We also will be checking the amount of players after this. We'll be checking it for both of the games. Sorry, I forgot. And in this game, you can actually see I have played quite a while, because there was a golden era for this game where people actually like this type of games. And like Wrestle Simulator, there was like Biking Simulator, and it was like the same concept, the same art, the same game style, but the game was different. And I think the reason people don't play this anymore is just that the game really just got really repetitive, and no one likes if the game has like 50 different versions. And especially because it got spread with brain rot, which will help it, but will still make it more controversial to the actual Roblox players that dislike brain rot, is what I'm trying to say. Alright, now how about we check about the active 3.5k. That's not nearly compared to the 1.2 billion visits it has. And now we have Meep City. Meep City. Now, why did this game get stopped? Well, this actually happened recently. Of course, there's voice chat and there's sus avatars. Well, there was a make your avatar system in this game, and there was of course parties. Well, Schlep, so he got banned, and people were trying to see like these games should not be like this, because this game actually had a lot of online dating and sus stuff, as you can see, because some of the Creek Crack videos, even these have some, not that bad, but some violent clothing, because the game says it's 5+. So yeah, you can morph into teens, and you already know if you change your age how that's going to turn out. Alright, how about we just check Meep City's players count, or nah? Let's do hide and seek extreme first. Now, this game was like peak when it was in my time. I mean, I'm not saying that I'm unk, but like this was like my favorite game back then. And I wasn't even late for it too. This was like an OG fun Roblox game. And like, even it's not even that pay to win. You have like the shop where you can buy stuff. Even that's with coin, which you get in game from like the old style games, almost like Mario, where if you collect coins, you can buy stuff. And then of course there's It, who tries to tag you, and no one even talks in the chat a lot, but I see a lot of people joining it and leaving it, because sometimes It is like not liking the game. But I think the game just got old for the concurrent players, because the concurrent players really like a futuristic game. Speedrun 3. This game was peak when I was there, when it was my time yet again. Bro, I had like a high score of level 15, and I'm so proud of myself. Even now I do play it after a while. And why do I think this game's not as popular anymore? Well, firstly, it has a lot more pop-ups now, which makes it look like an advertisement game. And secondly, I think, yet again, the same thing like hide and seek extreme, the game is too basic for the concurrent players, and it's just not meta anymore. Racing games are a meta though by its whole. Like, you see the top 3, it's a horror game and fun to play game. Let's see, 2.6 active. Let's check, is 7.3k active, and you can see the visits. I mean, it's not bad, but it's not what it used to be. Also, if you see a lot of Brawl Stars fake games, you'll be finding out what that's about in one of my next videos. Alright. Legends of Speed. Like I said, it had copies of the game style when I was talking about Ninja Legends. This is one of them. This game was so simple and yet fun. I'm not going to join the race. But right now, it's just way too simple, and all you do is just walk. The current players that play right now in the current generation, they don't really have the patience to get all of those orbs and then actually be a fast person. They can't witness themselves lose. They're like, all right, I want to start this right now. I want to win this right now. And I want this to be a fast thing. Fast pace, done instantly. But this game, it takes a little bit of time. That's the reason I believe that a lot of people quit it, because it's a game of patience. Patience isn't really high key right now, you know. All right, so there's 2.5k and 1.9 billion visitors. You know 1.9 billion people standing in front of you? Have you ever witnessed that? No. 1 point something k and 7.3 billion. That's a lot of people. That's almost like the world population, but that's probably miscalculated by 3 billion. I believe the world calculation is 30 billion. So this is basically cops versus robbers, but it's a lot more complex, which I believe is also the reason that people don't like this. The current generation doesn't like too many complex games, but they don't like too simple games. This game has a lot of complex features, like the way you steal banks. I can understand that, like, the main point where cops are supposed to kill robbers is the thing, but there's also cars and so many things that the current generation isn't really familiar with. And this game also does require, like, being an OG, because, like, OGs have heard this game, but new players are probably like, yo, why is Creekcraft or this YouTuber talking about this game? What even is that? I never heard anyone playing it. And also, I think the sheer reason of cops and robbers now being a big thing at the moment, because, like, it's a basic game and a complex game at the same time. Some features aren't and some features are. Like, also, especially because no one wants to be in the police anymore. Everyone wants to be a jail guy. So if everyone's in jail and there's 3 police officers and 17 jailmates, it's not really going to be fair. As you can see, that's how much players the other games have. Compare it to some of these games I'll be saying or stating in this video. Now we have natural disaster survival. This is also an OG game, and I think the main reason it could be stopped is maybe because you have to stay in the lobby for a long time. The game mechanics are very simple, and, like, the blocks are very simple, and it's just too simple for our generation. And mainly because I think that even the concept people don't like anymore, because yeah, and there's also a voice chat, and I'm hearing some suspicious stuff, my guy. And, like, the survivors, I think they are maybe updating this game, because I don't remember having the like, survivors page. But, I mean, I myself don't know, because I haven't played this for a long time. It's a pretty good game. So, I don't think it should have been ended, but it's way too basic. The blocks are basic, and I definitely think they could make it a little more complex. Yo! What is this sus activity? What is going on? Okay, never mind. Now we're, like, look at these blocks. They're so simple, and it looks very generic right now, so most people just don't play it because they are like, all right, I want to play a more complex game like tower defense, or I guess Global Garden has that type of things, but this game's also really, really old. Like, and it was popular for a long time. Buildable has 20k players, but its visits are 4.6 billion. And compared to things right now, it's not really popping off. And I believe it's because, well, this current generation isn't really with like things that require brain cells. This game actually requires skill of where to put where and what to put what, where to put where, like architecture. This generation, they're like, no, I don't want to do that. I want to perfect my skills of timing and stealing a brain rot, or perfecting my timing and getting surviving to day 1099 nights in the forest. Now, I'm not saying those games negatively affect your brain, but the current generation is just, they don't know anything about this. Like, yeah, this is architecture and they're not going to practice it. And this actually is a pretty good lesson for people to learn. And I think the main reason that people don't play this is because they're like, well, if it requires brain cells, no one plays it. It's the same thing with Theme Park Tycoon. And skilled people or people that actually knew the game play it. I mean, 2016 is when it was made, so I definitely played it. And now we got World Defenders. We're not playing that, but that's a game I played. It was never really most popping off, but it was a game in my heart that it's always going to stay there. 1.4 billion and a couple of people playing, like a couple thousand. Being why? Well, the game does a little bit get repetitive. I mean, all it is falling and trying to break more bones. Okay, you can go to the next map, but that requires a lot of money. And actually, I didn't do bad there, didn't I? And the game, it looks pretty clean. It's not like the other one where it's too simple. Like, it has like pop-ups, which are not bad, but like if you see like a pop-up coming from the side, you already know that's like a normal thing. I don't mean like a pop-up, but I mean like something. What's the reason people aren't playing this game? Well, it definitely did get repetitive, I think. But secondly, there is Breaking Bones 5, which is a new version of this game that's 10 times better. I think some people are on that, and then I think there's a third version and a second version, and some people are just scattered everywhere because they think this one's better than this one because they're original to this, and they're like, I want to play this one. So combined players, I think they play pretty much. It doesn't have bad people, and it also gets really hard at a point if you don't know how to play. But I believe that's all the things we'll have in part 1. If you suggest any other games that I should do in the comments, I might even do some games that I played but y'all don't know. But thanks for watching, guys. If y'all want a part 2 of this video, tell me in the comments. If one comment says it, I'll do it, because I usually don't have that many comments. All I'm going to say is one word at the end, and please like and subscribe. Now, the one word I'm going to say is peace, 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 peace.